So guys, how is every one of you doing? How is everybody doing? I came out to spend some time with you guys because Europe is boring. Europe is very, very boring. That is why I'm here. I want to spend time with my lovely fans and followers. Let's share some ideas together. You know, the summer is here now. The weather is warm. And then insects, I just opened my window and insects, all these insects are flying in. Man, the weather is fine in Vienna today, but it is still boring. It is still boring. Cindy Slay, I see you, my sister. So guys, as you join me, like and share, let's spend some time together. The whole place is boring. Nothing is going on. In fact, if somebody doesn't take time, the person may, you know what I mean? Europe is highly boring, very, very boring. Let me wait for more guys to join us before I share with you what happened yesterday. From there, we'll continue. First of all, I want to share with you what happened yesterday. Who is this person? Don't call this my line again. Yeah, Cindy, police came to pick me yesterday. Let's go. I'm going to make a video about it. But then, I want more people to join us before I broadcast what happened yesterday. You got the gist. Let me adjust before they see my this thing. I don't want them to see my what's up. So guys, yeah, so how many are we here? More people should join us. Let's spend some time together, man. Let's socialize. We socialize these days online. Here in Europe, all man on his own, all women on their own. That is you on your own. You face your wife, your husband, or your children. And if you don't have a wife or a husband, man, boredom is your name. If you don't have a child, you would like a heart like mine. This is all what I put is, you know, but I want to open an online shop. A lot of people suggested I should open an online shop. I'm contemplating it. To open an online shop. People like, you know, I'm a big influencer. I have been influencing other people's commodities. I want to start influencing mine. Cindy, I appreciate you. Thank you, my sister. This is a sister that wants me to survive, that does not want me. You live in Canada. My plan now is to open an online shop. Then I'll be shipping these things to everybody. Man, that is it. Somebody gave me that suggestion. I'm thinking about it. Because most of the things I wear, people want it. Everybody, most of the when I put on clothes, people say they want it. So now I'm going to make myself a model, because a model, somebody that model clothing, you know, business. So, yes, I've been promoting other people's, I discovered I promote other people's businesses, and I want to be promoting my own business. Or maybe I go in collaboration with another company to be promoting their business, maybe real estate, clothing company, or whatever. But say, Cindy, yeah, so Shibez, I see you. My advice is the best. Yes, I'm good when it comes. That's why you see a lot of reasonable people following me. If you watch the quality of people following my page, it's not about the number, but the quality of followers on this page. Responsible men and women are the people, mainly people based abroad. Catherine, Feshi, Umeike. Most of the people following me are based abroad. Happy Sunday to you, my sister. Are based abroad. And see, I discovered something. My people, African people that are living in abroad, 95% of them following my page, they have no business. They have no problem with my videos. The people that have problem with my videos are mainly people living in Africa. I do not know how we can change their mentality. The only people that have problem with my content are people living in Africa. Whenever I drop a video, I have never seen a Caribbean, somebody from the Caribbean, an African American, they follow my page, criticize my video. They don't criticize my video. All what they do, Catherine Feshi will make a happy Sunday to you. All what they do is they support and promote my videos. They show me love. And African people that are living in the diaspora. But I wonder why the people living in Africa are so wicked. All what they do is to criticize. I don't understand. They show a lot of hatred. And all what they tell you is, when you make a video, the only thing they tell you is, come back home. Come back home. This is all what they say. As if they know me before. As if I'm coming back to their family. As if I come home, their life will get better. You make a video, it's like these people are completely jealous of we that are living in abroad. For this, he say, I see you. To be honest, these people living in Africa, they are jealous of diasporans. A lot of them are, I don't hide, I don't sugarcoat issues. How can I drop a video instead of you saying your opinion about the video, about the content, you say come back to Africa. Somebody mentioned here now. I just came live. Somebody said come back to Africa. Just like that. As I came out now, somebody said come back to Africa. You see the kind of mindset. They believe that they are living in hell. They believe that if you come back to Africa, you suffer. That's their belief. And they believe, the black man believes that abroad is paradise. That is why they tell you to come back to Africa. They were happy when you return or when you get deported. The black man's mind, his heart. A black man does not want to see his fellow black man prosper, move on. They don't want it. As they are suffering, if they are suffering, they want everybody to suffer with them. You understand me? Some will tell you, come back and build Africa as if you are a government official, as if you are a politician. Go see my videos now. If I talk about boredom, you see them say, come back to Africa. As if Europeans don't get bored. So if Europeans get bored, they should go back to Africa. Guys, do you understand? So if white people living in Europe, many of them are bored, many of them are depressed. When they complain about boredom, you ask them to come back to go to Africa. So you don't know. Listen, don't you know that I am an European? You are seeing only dark skin. What you are seeing here is just dark skin. I am an European man. Okay, what's the difference between me and the Europeans? Skin color. You may not understand this. Most of the African people that were born in Europe, dark-skinned people that were born in Europe, they are Europeans. Dark-skinned people, African people, any African man or woman that was born in America, in Canada, anywhere, is an American. a Canadian, or European. You like to argue nonsense. I have children here. You know, when I make a video, I use myself as an example. I have 5 children here. 5 children. These my 5 children were born in Vienna. They have not lived in Africa. I'm not proud of it, but they have not gone to Africa. They have not lived in Africa. Would you say they are African people? Would you say that my children are African people? If you see them on the road, like the boys, Taiwo or Lowe, good day to you. If you see them on the street, they have that African look. But you say, if they tell you they are Austrians, you say, nah, it's not true. A black person cannot be Austrian. All their documents, everything is from here. Birth certificate, Staatsbürgerschaft, certificate of citizenship, everything is from here. They do not have any African documents. You understand me? Maxine, I see you. So if they are walking on the street and you see them, you will say, or if my children start making content online, my last born, my youngest son, if the boy is talented, he watches American movies, and each time he watches American movies, you see him speak like Americans. You see him speak like Americans. I've begged him. I said, boy, go into content creation. He said that he's finished. He said does not want. One day he spoke here. If the boy speaks pidgin English for you, you would think he was born in Nigeria. In fact, people living in Nigeria cannot speak pidgin English better than him. He's a born comedian. I beg him every time. I say, boy, go into content. He said, nah, daddy, he finished. And when you see when he goes online now to start creating content, you'll be telling him, go back to Nigeria, go back to Ghana, go back to Africa. Someone who has never... Okay, let me tell you. During World Cup, during the last... Each time they watch World Cup with me, FIFA World Cup, each time my African team plays, they say, Daddy, your country is playing. This is what they tell me. Daddy, your country is playing. They don't call that country their own. They tell me, Daddy, your country is playing. I said, what are you people talking? He said, Daddy, you are than a land, your country is playing march. You understand me? So I have so many followers here. So many people following me on TikTok from all parts of the world, from Holland, from Deutschland, from every part of the world here, who were born in Europe, from UK. My top viewers are from UK, born in UK, born in Deutschland. You understand me? So now, Catherine, how can I come home when my family is here? Let's speak reality. How can I come home when my family is here? How do I pull all my family to Africa? I'm talking about men and women that are living with their this thing. Hope or Saratina, I see you. How do we? It's not easy. I'm beginning to realize that this is my home. Europe is my home. I cannot lie about it. Even it is dawning on me. I'm beginning to realize, yes, one can visit Africa, but I'm beginning to realize that who made that request is that if it is a core follower of my page, I'll bring you in. Cindy, was that you? If you made the request to speak, I can bring you in. If you are a core follower of this page and you want to come up and speak, I would bring you in to speak. Man, who was that, please? Who made that request? I said if you are a core follower of this page. Cindy said, but Cindy, you were born here because I know you when you were a little girl. Famous all American. Somebody want to talk to us. Let's hear from famous. Have you been following this page? Famous all American. Have you been? Okay, let me bring you in so that we can hear from you. Please speak with respect to my audience because I don't joke with my audience. Man, somebody want to speak to us. Famous all American. Let's hear his opinion. So somebody want to speak to us. Let's hear what he has to say or what she has to say.
Good morning, everybody from here.
Okay, we are listening to you. A lot of people are here already listening to you. People are just coming in.
Thank you. Uncle Roddy, your point, I kind of agree to it to the extent of it's your opinion and your opinion needs to be respected. When we are talking about foreigners or people who migrated from another country to another country and they have their children or next generation over there, it is okay to say those children belong to that place. But my point is this.
Okay.
Whether you are married to, you are a black man, you're married to whites, or you are black, married to a fellow black-skinned person. And let's say, for example, in America here where I live, I have my child here, and he's an American by birth, also by citizen as well, because the law of the land was written according to that value.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm trying to say is that anytime those kids attain public office, either in sports or politics or probably academic, you will find out that history will start following them. Oh, is a descendant of which they don't have a choice than to accept. That's the only thing I want to chip in. Regardless, those children, your children might
Okay, now you mean excuse me, you mean when they come up and become somebody in life? I understood you. That means you mean they will refer to their parents' native land, their history.
They will refer to them according to their parents that they are descendant of so place.
After the second
just like President Obama was a president that time, history pull it out. Oh, the father is from so place, so he's a Kenyan American. Regardless, they will tag that country to your children. Watch them to become somebody in that country. You will see they will tag them regardless.
Good, but what happens to the third generation, to the fourth generation?
It's still the same thing.
No, it's not.
They wear your skin, as long as they wear the color of your skin. Like I said, even if they are white, when Trump became president, didn't we hear the history? How his father migrated, how his mother is Scottish. So history will always pull the record out, regardless. It doesn't have to do with that person, as long as they are a good person, even they do something bad, history will always pull something out. That's what I want to chip in. You are correct what you're saying. Those kids, they don't really identify with where we come from, because all they know is where they are. Especially the ones that their parents don't take them home. They will feel they are home. They will feel this is where they know. But they know that their parents is from somewhere. And anytime they attain public office or they are doing something great, you will see the history will follow them.
I don't doubt what you are saying. I don't doubt.
Can't hear you again.
No, because my telephone rang. So, but then.
Oh, okay. So what I was saying before that happened was, it's not something that is debatable or arguable. It is reality and it is natural fact. History will always follow us, good or bad.
Well, the thing is, whether history follows us or not, that your son or daughter you have in America is an American citizen. Especially, listen, If that child grows in America, do you understand me? That child is an American, would not have anything to do with Nigeria or Africa or where you come from. As far as the only what do I say, the only thing that can change the situation is if that your child grows up in Nigeria or in any other African country. But as far as the child went to what's it called, kindergarten, thank you for the heart, kindergarten, primary school, high school, and the rest of them, and live all his life in USA, and later you take them, maybe you take them occasionally to Africa, man, forget it. These children are Americans.
Uncle Roddy, those are secondary. Their primary foundation is where you come from. Let me give you another example, sir. I am a fanatic and regular follower of your page. You have treated a lot of topic here. You have treated sometimes how you have treated something about racism here one time.
Yeah.
How it impacted your life.
Mm-hmm.
Same. Let's say one of your kids made it to the parliament in Vienna there. If anything happened there, whatever that happens, you will find out that it doesn't matter. These kids will know that there are differences between their color of their skin and these people they gathered with.
That one is true. That is true. I don't doubt it. I agree with you. But the thing is, the truth, I agree, I do not disagree with you, but the truth is, the children are Europeans, your children are Americans. Like, there are some...
Yeah, no doubt. 100% you are very correct. But they you see, circumstances makes them in some area feels second-class citizens. That is what I wanted to prove. They might not agree with you. They might not feel the same way you are feeling. But when they attain or they are doing something great, they are getting high in position in that country, reality will start setting in within them. That is the original truth, sir. Whether anybody agree with me or not.
Let me tell you what happened yesterday. Listen, or if you like, you still stay here. Let me tell you what happened yesterday. You see, to the best of my knowledge, in Europe here, everyone is equal before the law. I'm not telling you that there is no racism, there is no discrimination. There is discrimination everywhere. There is discrimination even wherever the country you come. Even it happens mainly in Africa. There is discrimination. Even Nigerians' own is the highest. Nigeria's own is the highest. Nigeria is the highest tribalistic country in the world, where tribes don't love one another, where they fight one another. Nigeria is better for one to live in Europe than to live in many African countries.
Can I say this to you, sir?
Okay.
If you rate Nigeria to that level, I don't know the angle where you are looking at. But if you talk about African country that they are the highest this, they are the highest that. Do you know that in Nigeria of today or yesterday or now, you will find out that we don't experience a lot of war. Or if you look at Congo, if you look at these other African countries, civil war is still going on there. Tutsi are still against Tutsi.
So you do not know that Nigeria is at war. How about Boko Haram? How about insecurities? Do you think are you waiting for war to be declared that's only when you know that Nigeria is at war? What is good? People are losing their lives more in Nigeria than at war zones. Do you know the number of people that lose their lives as a result of insecurities and in the hands of herdsmen? Do you know the number of people the number of people that die in road accidents? Do you know the number of people that die as a result of poor medical facilities? Do you think it's when they declare conventional warfare, that's when you know that Nigeria is at war? Even, let me come, even in those countries that are fighting wars, people don't die the way they die in Nigeria. Every day, look at the videos I'm seeing. Herdsmen are kidnapping, stopping cars at Oweraba Road, kidnapping people, taking them into the forest, killing them, unaliving people, raping women. Look at, there is a city, Enugu, I forgot the name of the thing. Herdsmen went there either January, unalived 16 people. How about Benue State? How they go and sack villages and unalive people at night. So that is not war to you. So that is not war to you. Even in Yoruba land, you see, even Southern Kaduna, people are on the run. In Benue State, people are on the run. So that's not war to you.
Well, Uncle,
I hear you.
let us not deviate from the real topic you have here. The example that's another topic entirely. There is no country around the world that they don't face one or two things on their own. One may be higher than other. The only thing is that every country is got their ups and downs. And the topic that you are treating this morning, I just want to say, no matter what, all those kids, even at old age, a lot of reality sets in to them. I've seen a lot of African American here. Some are looking to migrate to other parts of Africa because they feel like they need to go back home. Some are taking citizenship from Ghana. Some are, they were born here. These are not just young generation, they are old generation. They feel like they wanted to return. Some don't even know anybody as their major parents, but they just know that they are from Africa and they want to align with Africa. You see, regardless, I just want to say, whether you are married to white and you bore a child that look white or half caste, the reality will always be there. Thank you. Let me allow other people to contribute.
Okay, the next person, the Tunde can speak now, and then after Tunde, then I'll chip in. Don't go. I have to. I'm going to talk to you later. Famous All American. I will talk to you later. Okay, hang on.
Yes, sir.
Hello, hi.
Hello, we are listening to you.
Okay, happy Sunday. I think you're very right. And this topic has been ongoing from the last time I contributed. Let me use myself as an example. When I decided to leave Nigeria back then, the primary purpose of leaving Nigeria, not because of I was disadvantaged economically, but because I felt I wanted to raise my children outside the country. I felt by raising them outside the country, they will have greater opportunities in life. But that was about 21 years ago. And yes, I don't regret that decision. But last week, I was talking to my daughter. I said, now that you're done with university, I really want you to come and do your NYSC, at least 1 year NYSC in Nigeria. She said that, yes, I really want to. I really want to. And the reason why I told her, that's my eldest child, the reason why I told her is because I wanted her to have some kind of affiliation with her roots. Yes, she comes to Nigeria for the past 5 years. I make sure I buy her tickets to come to Nigeria. She spends like 10 days, 11 days, sometimes 2 weeks. But I really want her to experience what Nigeria is. The advantage of growing up in Europe is for you to be able to have the best of both worlds. And it's very interesting that sometimes she even tells me more about Nigeria. How? Because when a musician...
Excuse me, one question, please. Was she born in UK?
Yes, she was born in UK.
Okay, keep talking. Yes. And then how come she would go to Nigeria for NYSC, whatever, youth service corps?
I just explained for
Okay.
2 basic reasons.
Okay.
One, because I felt that 1 year service will make her be able to understand our environment.
But my question, does she has dual citizenship?
Yes, she has.
Okay.
She has dual citizenship.
Okay. Like now, we don't have it here. We don't have dual citizenship in Austria. It is not allowed.
Okay.
Keep talking.
Okay. So I just wanted her to have some kind of affiliation with her roots, where she's from, and then nobody can predict the future. If perhaps, because she's a pharmacist, if perhaps tomorrow she becomes somebody big and government wants her service in Nigeria, one of the things they will ask if she did her NYC. Like, if you remember what happened to Kenny from Britain when she went and did a fake NYC certificate. So I said, listen, you were born in Europe, but I really want you to have this NYC certificate just in case in the future one government wants to pull you to come and serve in Nigeria. But the point I'm trying to make is that beyond that, even in Europe, you find a whole lot of Nigerian artists, music, movies in Europe. Even though they are citizens of that country, you find out that they listen to Nigerian music, they follow Nigerian music. Technology has made the world more global.
Please, if you are not talking, please mute your telephone, please. If you are not speaking, please mute your telephone. Thank you.
So they have access to various things about Nigeria. I was talking to her, she said, Dad, you know that there is a factory, I read something somewhere that there was a factory, they camp young girls, and then they impregnate them in Nigeria, and then they pay them like 50,000, 100,000 naira to take their babies. So globalization, technology has made this information available to our youngsters. So it doesn't really matter. It is us that is old school. We're the ones that talk about this citizenship. You might find out that even your child, your son, even knows more about your country than even you, because globalization is breaking down all these barriers and all that. So for me, I think we should let our children be and not try to let them feel like you are European, you are American. Let them free, fly them. If it is possible for them to do something in their native country, fine. If they want to excel in their birthplace, fine. That is what I feel. I think we should stop the overemphasis on Nigeria doesn't have security. Nigeria is trying to run down our country. There are so many bad things that are happening in America and in Europe and all that. But thank God for technology. Thank God for globalization. Our children are beginning to understand our countries better, and even their own country of birth better. So that's what I think. I think we should not overemphasize. And as far Rudy believing that his family in Europe, it doesn't have any affiliation in Nigeria. Absolutely, I agree with you. If you don't have any reason to come back to Nigeria or to any African country, I don't think you should. I think wherever you are and wherever your immediate family is home to you. If you come back to Nigeria now and you don't have anybody here, you don't have any extended family here, then you're going to live a life of depression. But if you feel like you have extended family and then you feel like you want to relate to your history and to your community, then fine, you can do that.
Tunde, you see, there is nobody, excuse me, Tunde, nobody hates his native land. Nobody. Or her native land. Listen, but there are some certain things that are supposed to be put on ground. There are certain things that we are supposed to have as humans. This is not, we are not talking about rocket science. We are not talking about, there are basic necessities of life that we are supposed to have that will encourage us or our children to return home or to go visit or things like that. You cannot tell me, I want to be honest with you. You cannot tell me to take my children to a country where there is no security, where they might be kidnapped, where they might be robbed. Let me tell you, there was a story one guy told me that made me, the guy told me why he said he was not going to go back to Africa anymore. Now, this guy told me the story. What made him to leave Africa? The guy said he has one brother, his only surviving brother. He said when they were living in Africa, one day that his brother had a motor accident. That his brother had a motor accident. And when he had the motor accident, he was still talking, bleeding. But he went to the first, they took him to the first, they rushed him to the first hospital. They rejected him. They said they cannot treat him unless he bring a police report. They took him to the second hospital. They rejected him. On the third hospital, they do not have the medical facilities to, treat the guy, to rescue the guy's life. He said his brother died in his hands. Listen, the guy cried. And let me tell you, there are so many people who died untimely and unnecessary deaths in Africa. I've seen it. People die careless deaths in Africa. And when I see yesterday, let me tell you a story. The police came here to pick me up yesterday. That was why I even came live. Yes, I told you guys I owe nobody, I owe no money. I'm not owing anybody, not the government, not anybody. If you want me to add you make a request. Adams. Now listen. Yesterday around 8 p.m., I had my doorbell ring. I thought it was one of my child. So I opened the door. It was two policemen. They said, they called my name. I said, yeah. They said they came to collect money from me that I was owing 100 euros. I said, what did I do? I've stopped driving taxi for over 4 or 5 years. They said maybe I parked wrongly. I parked wrongly when I was driving car. I said, I don't believe I've cleared all my debts. They said, but maybe it was an old debt that I've got to pay the 100 euro, or I will go with them to go serve a day in prison. I said, I don't have 100 euro to give to you. I wasn't expecting. I said, I don't believe I got this fine. I was given this ticket. Tell me what I did. They said when we reach to the station, they are going to tell me. So at the end, we argued. I told them, I said, listen, you cannot take me. First of all, you cannot take me because I'm not healthy. You understand me? And I went to a magistrate, and magistrate affirmed that I cannot be taken into prison. Now, they made call. They were at my front door. They made call for about 10 minutes. They called different places. They said I need to go with them, and doctor would come to examine me. Okay. They said I should take my medications and my medical reports. I said I don't need to take my medications and my medical reports. Let's go. So their car was parked outside my home. So I followed them. You know, they put on their alarm. 5 minutes, we got to their station. They said I need to wait for the doctor, that it will take some time, an hour before the doctor comes. By the time the doctor came, I showed the doctor my befund. That is my medical results. The doctor measured my blood pressure. Instantly, they called ambulance. They said they were going to take me to hospital. And ambulance was to take me home. After, because they said they cannot take me into custody because my blood pressure was high and they saw my other medical results. And I told them here, I said, listen, I cannot be taken to prison because of my health condition. Now, what I'm telling you is, when I was done with them, ambulance was waiting outside the police building. Ambulance was waiting. See, immediately they knew that I was having issues health-wise. But as I arrived at that police station, they called ambulance. Ambulance waited till I finished with the police and left. Even they asked me if I want the ambulance to take me. I said, no, I want to go on my own. Are you seeing it now? This is a country that works, and they are ready to rescue lives, to save lives, not to rescue, to save lives. You understand me? Now, let me come. Wherever there is something like unfall, that is, wherever there is something like accident, it doesn't take ambulance to be there Under 5 minutes. Ask me your question.
Okay, let's not get disturbed.
Uncle Rudy, I also have a question. Please, brother, go ahead.
Because I actually thought the drift of this conversation is about children, citizenship, and all that. That is where I came in from, talking about to set our children free. Eventually, because the world has gone global, eventually they will find a reading. But if you're talking in terms of Nigeria, what do you expect to fix these things while you travel? If you decide to travel, at least where you are now, somebody fixed that system. So if you travel out of the country, and I travel out of the country, and my children travel out of the country, what do we expect to fix this country?
Very good question.
Where are we going to get it?
Okay, very good question. Do I answer you?
Yes, please.
Good.
Please, let me add also, please.
Okay. Now you see, you asked me, said, who am I expecting to fix the country? Now, why were these
So you can answer it, please.
why were these politicians elected? What is their duty and obligations? What's the duty and obligation of these leaders? I want you to answer it, please.
Okay, so if the politicians that we have, because we always talk about bad leadership. So if people like you and people like me that have lived abroad have seen the things that obtains in this country, and we condemn our own country because of the people that are here either don't know better or because of they're just involved or indulged in self-preservation to the detriment of their community. And people that can change the system are out of the country. How is the country going to work if we don't have people that know better? How is the country going to work? We have to decide, which is one of the reasons why I am here in this country. I travel to every country I want to travel, but I am here because I believe that I want to justify my stay by what I can do, how I can impact my own community.
I want, please, my brother, did you follow up, excuse me, did you follow up the last presidential election in Nigeria?
Yes, I did.
You did. And how would you describe it? No, please, my brother, answer me. How would you describe the last presidential election in Nigeria? Be honest to yourself.
If you let me land, I've been advantaged to travel to so many countries, so I can do a lot of comparison. But what I am saying is, we all have a choice. If you feel like
now you are not answering the question. This is I want honest answer, an honest answer. I asked you a question and you don't want to give me a direct answer. I asked you. I said,
I'm giving you a direct answer.
Okay, please. How was the last presidential election in Nigeria?
Uncle Rudy, please, if you can allow me to pop in just for 1 second, please.
Okay.
Brother, what is your name? Mr. Tunde? Mr. Tunde, please hold on, please.
Yeah.
Hold on, please. You see, don't let us mix everything together. You see, this topic is even away from what we're discussing.
Yeah.
All right?
Okay.
But what you're saying is different from the real topic. I didn't blame you. You said, what you heard is the reason why you came in. So, you see, this is another topic entirely. Because what you are trying to treat right now is like, you feel guilty, which is most of us felt the same thing. I feel the same thing sometimes, like, who is going to build my country? This is another topic entirely that somebody can treat another day.
Thank you, bro.
You may agree with me. Thank you.
No, but then
Let me add
no, but famous Americans, when we discuss, we learn. You understand me?
Mr. Rudy, can I ask something?
Okay, please. Okay, ask something, please.
Okay, thank you very much. You gave us a very good experience that when the police came to you and then he took you, but your blood pressure was high, but immediately the ambulance came to assist you or rescue you or to do something for you. for your health. You see, that is how we are going to do for our people too. Because as I am an outsider, you know, I have been, I used to live more than my life in abroad. Now I'm in Africa. I live in Ethiopia now, as I informed you earlier. How we are going to bring that idea that you mentioned to Africa, please.
Good.
Can you explain?
Yeah, let me come. The thing is, okay, now, good question. Thank you. Now, the thing is, I've spent most of my life in Austria. Let's say more than 70% of my life I've spent in Austria. But let me tell you, what I've seen, I've traveled, like famous American, I stayed in US. I stayed in Bedford Avenue. I stayed in New York for some time. I traveled to New York many times. So that was back then. I've traveled to many countries and I've seen how things works. Now, when you come to like discipline, many African people are dishonest. They don't want to hear discipline. And if before you get Africa working, before you will get Africa working, first of all, you need to instill discipline in them. There are so many things that lacks. If you want, I live in Europe here. Europeans are disciplined. And you see, go to Africa, you see, we tribalize everything in politics. Like when you see an incompetent leader vying for an incompetent politician vying for political position, people will not be honest enough to come and say it, speak out. But based on tribal affiliation, they will support an incompetent leader, somebody who is not qualified to even run the election. In Africa, it is all about religion and tribe. And these are the things we must have to take away in our countries. I don't want to use the wrong word because of Facebook policies. Do you understand me? So, when we talk about we diasporans helping Africa, men, they don't want to even, they will not even give you that chance. Because the politicians you have in Africa see themselves as gods. You cannot accept, you cannot get closer to them. I told you that I've shaked hands with Austrian presidents, two different Austrian presidents, 2 times, Hans Fischer and other. Even the what is this? Cindy, if you are here, this the Van der Bellen, I've shaked hands with him. You understand me? But in Africa, you cannot even shake hands with a local government chairman, a governor. You cannot even talk to them. There are so many problems, so many issues that with diaspora, they will not even give you that chance. They don't give you that chance. I've spoken so much on this platform about our way of life, what we do wrong. If you go, see, I have so many African American followers on Facebook, on TikTok. You create a content, you can never see them come and bully you, insult you. Our mindset, the way we would behave, the way we relate towards another. I saw 2 videos yesterday. I told my wife, I said, listen, in one state in Yoruba land, the vigilantes caught criminals who went to steal armored cables. That is, the government will I mean, what is it called? We install cables, provide electricity for the people. Citizens will go and steal it to sell. They call them with armored cables. Let me tell you, my wife had a late brother. The late brother lived in darkness till he died. Why? Because where he was living, the transformer there was stolen by the local, by the people there. Our mindset. How do you start? Where do you start? The government will provide transformer that will be giving them electricity. They'll go and steal it to sell. Do you understand me? We will first of all start by changing the mindset of our people.
Really, let me re-emphasize something, before I step out. magnifying our problems, in any shape or form, and running away from our problems will not fix the problem. If criticism and magnifying our problems could solve our problems, if you look at people like Fela, Nicola Foucault, and the rest of them, Nigeria would have been one of the greatest, most developed countries today. Criticizing and magnifying our problems, even bringing out all the bad examples in this country, it will not fix this country. If we travel to Mars, it will not fix the problem of this country. Me taking my children outside this country, giving birth to them in London, and then making them live abroad, it will not solve the problem of this country. What will solve the problem of this country is for us to take the bull by the horn.
Good.
And try to fix that problem. And for me, I'm not judging anybody.
Okay.
But for me, I believe that should come here, a drop of water makes a mighty ocean.
Okay.
If I can fix my own little community, try to make a difference in my own little community, maybe that will help to solve some of the little problems that is all over the place. I hear so many stories of people killing people for money rituals, kidnapping everywhere around me. My maid, my security person here, my driver here, I'm always very, very cautious because the police have said over and over, 3 people are going to be responsible for.
Gateman and the housemaid. I saw the video.
Driver, your maid, your driver, or your cleaner.
Yeah.
Your service or your security. So I'm very, very cautious of my environment. And I can decide to travel to anywhere I want to in the world. But me, if I do self-preservation and I go and live the good life, what about where I'm coming from? I'm not judging you or any other person. I think we should do what we think is okay for us. But who will solve this problem? And I think that I should not just criticize and magnify the problem. I should come here one way or the other and solve the problem. And there's so many things I'm doing. I'm doing public primary school debate competition.
My brother, let me tell you something. You see the problem of Africa. The problem of Africa is negligence. You understand me? In Europe here, you know what? You must abide by the rule of the law, by the rule of law. That is, the law must be, the law rules. The law must be upheld. Now in Nigeria, I asked you a question. I said, did you follow the last presidential election in Nigeria? You did not answer me.
100%.
Okay, no. They spoke about electronic transfer of votes. Did it hold? It did not hold. Money was budgeted, all the equipments bought. But this is Nigeria for you. And you guys don't like, the problem is you don't like to speak the truth. Why don't you call a spade a spade?
When Trump...
Excuse me, let me come. Why not call a spade a spade? Was there no electoral malpractice during the last presidential election in Nigeria? Was that... You see the problem? We are not sincere to ourselves.
No, what has that got to do with what we're talking about?
What we are talking is, this is the problem of Nigeria, corruption. It has a lot to do with Nigeria.
You are magnifying the problem.
No, these are the basics, my brother. These are the basics. We don't overlook important things. How do we move? Excuse me, sir. How do we move on? How do we move ahead when we?
That is what I'm telling you. How to move on. That is what you are repeating the same thing over and over again.
Okay, sir. How? Because you don't want to see. How can you solve a problem when you fail to identify the problems?
It is not argument. I'm not arguing. I didn't come to this forum to argue with you. I just came to contribute.
Okay.
I'm Glory.
Okay.
Excuse me. I'm Glory. Good afternoon.
Okay.
What I'm just trying to say is that for some of us, Rudy, for some of us, we believe that magnifying the problems and comparing it to Europe was built by some people. They had their bad days as well. They had their bad years. They were primitive as well. They went into civil war as well. But some people decided to dedicate their life to fixing their society. And I'm just saying that for people like us and some of my friends that live abroad, we know these problems. But we know that magnifying the problems and comparing the problems, if you look at what happened between Trump and Biden, Trump instigated a crowd to go to Capitol Hill. That is a first world country. And they are being tried for terrorism for even till now. So every country has their own problem. But for us, I think if we keep magnifying the problem will not go away or it will not be solved. You have to take the bull by the horns and help to solve that problem. That is my own contribution. I'm not fighting with you.
No, we don't fight. We don't. No. You've been here. No, we don't. We are above that, please. No. We don't.
I'm just contributing it. I think
my idea, please. Can you allow me to put my idea too?
Yes, please.
Thank you. This is our time that this generation, the African generation, should do something for us that we have to develop our continent. I will say it again. We have to develop our continent, which means we have to do a little bit sacrifice for our service. First of all, we have to educate or give awareness for the people. And then gradually, we start developing our continent. Thank you very much. I will put some ideas later on. Thank you.
Okay. See, let me come before I allow ability to speak. See, if you are ignorant of your problems, how are you going to solve it? If you are ignorant, if you don't identify, if you don't point out your problems, how do you solve that problem? It's not about magnifying our problems, but this has been like that. It has been going on for years. Over 60 years, we have been running around in circles. No progressive movement, no forward movement. Every year, next election, the same thing. Look, I've been a citizen of this country for close to 30 years, and I know how election is conducted here. I cast my vote every presidential or European election. I cast my vote, and you don't hear any case of electoral malpractice. The problem we have in Africa is we don't tell ourselves the truth. How do you solve a problem when you don't want to? You don't want to, when you don't want to, tell yourself the truth that this is what is going on. Corruption everywhere. How do you tackle that corruption? Every year the same thing. Let's hear from ability. Ability, are you still there? Black Science said the main problem of Africa is tribalism. Nothing more, nothing else. Tribalism and religion.
I think he muted himself.
So, see.
Anyway, uncle, sorry. The truth of the matter is that, Africa continent is deep in problems due to corruption. You know that, I know that.
That's what we're talking about.
Everybody will agree to that. If there is no corruption in Africa, especially let's say Nigeria, for example, that's where I know very well. Nigeria will have been better and thrived better than the way they are right now. Unfortunately, things will change, but it might take forever to change. Because I know people like us might not experience it. But something will change one day. Vienna, other European states, they face their own dilemma too. But today, they are enjoying the benefit of quickly to realize that it is better for them to do for their generation than to be selfish. And they are keeping up. So may God help all of us.
See, my famous All-American, you live in US. Have you seen American police take bribe. I've traveled to many international airports. Go to many, I don't need to call them, go to Nigerian airports, you see immigration officers begging for money. Does it mean there are no people, there are no, they don't have, what's it called? They don't have seniors that can take care of, senior staffs that can take care of that. How come they embarrass the country like that? Every time you go to, from there, they even, one white man made a video. He said how much they collected from him because he was carrying food, African food, to come to abroad. They collected like 400 euros. How do we settle these things? There are so many problems bedeviling the country that even we need to first of all tackle. Let me bring somebody in. Do you understand me? The problem we have as black people is, the problem we have as Africans is we don't tell ourselves the truth. And how can we move on? Many of us, see, today is Sunday, I'm inside my home, I'm depressed. I make videos. I tell you every time, I say, look at Europe. But if I should go to Africa now, I need to provide my own electricity. I need to provide my own light. I need to provide my own security. Everything that I needed, I need to provide it by myself. This is a country that has abundant mineral resources. Everything that even people hire their own securities to protect them. Do you understand me? How about the poor ones who don't have that money to pay for private securities? How about the poor ones? Here in Europe, the poorest people enjoy what billionaires are enjoying too. There is development. There is infrastructural development everywhere in Vienna, everywhere in Austria. There is nothing like GRA. The only thing we have, districts, expensive districts and less expensive ones, cheaper ones. If you go to First District, you can rent an apartment for 10,000 euros, 13,000 euros, 5,000 euros. But if you go to other cheaper districts, you can get apartment for 2,000 euros, 1,500 euros. But the thing is that whatever you see in First District, in the expensive ones, you will still see it in the cheaper ones. You understand me? You have the same infrastructures, the whole country, even in the villages. But the black man wants to oppress. The black man wants to be the rich man, the only rich man in his community. The black man wants to be bowed to. This is our problem. We don't want others how do I put it now? We don't want our people to have good life. We don't want to extend that quality of life to our own people. The leaders want you to worship them, worship their children. That was why I made a video. When Trump came in, I heard Trump. I told you guys, I said, African leaders are so mean that they only think they are after their pockets and they think of themselves alone. It's no lie. Because what they do is they go to America, go to Britain to go have their children in order to obtain foreign citizenship. They want to give themselves good lives. They travel, they come to this Europe. How do you want me to go back to Africa? When the leaders have no faith in their countries, they come to Europe here for medical checkup. Is that the country you want me to go to? How do I go to a country where the leaders have no faith in? All their children are attending schools in abroad. How many of your leaders have you seen go to the local hospitals? I've not seen anyone. No one has gone to any local hospital And you want us to go there and be going to local hospitals. They have not done anything commendable. They have not done anything worthy of praise. Nothing. We have every reason to be upset. We have every reason to be upset. Donald Trump, I posted the video, he said, after 60 years and you have not been able to build infrastructures for your people. Are you humans? After 60 years of independence, you've not been able to build infrastructures for your people. Say, do you consider yourself humans? If our place is good, why should we be outside? Why should our children? This is not the story we are supposed to be discussing here. This is not the story we are supposed to be discussing here. Who want to remain a foreigner for life? Who want to leave his native land and travel abroad and remain there for life? About a month ago, all of you saw when I posted a video, my nephew was kidnapped. My nephew was kidnapped. I made a video about it. My wife told me, what if we take our children to Africa? There are things you don't joke with. One shouldn't die careless death. My wife told me, what if we take our children to Africa and somebody kidnaps? I've seen people living in UK who traveled to Africa and they got kidnapped. And the kidnappers demanded 10 million when money had value, ransom. The woman was online crying. When the woman eventually relocated to abroad, she said she will never step her foot there again. Every time these leaders came into power, made money, bought the police, bought the judicial system, bought the soldiers to protect themselves. The common man has no room to maneuver, cannot do anything. You expect us to be happy. I'm not happy with what's going on in Africa. I'm not happy with all these countries. Because that is why we as black people are disrespected worldwide. If you want to talk, even fake Oyibos, even there are countries in Europe that Nigeria and many other network make a request, I bring you up. There are countries in Europe that Nigeria and many other African countries are much more better than. And many of them are living in European Union countries now. If you talk to them, if they see a black man, they tell you, Genaheim, go back to your country. Go back. Why do you think they disrespect us? Because of our home, because of the kind of leaders we have. Up to today, there are some places you see in Africa, you will shed tears. You will keep wondering, how are human beings surviving here? No infrastructure, no road, no water, nothing. You see black Africans that living, men, like subhumans. The way black people, so there are some African people you see. You say, which country do these guys come from?
Uncle Rudy, can I put something on it?
Okay, talk before the next person talks, please.
Uncle, what I am also want to emphasize, Uncle, could you also put into consideration that Europe and the West also try to destabilize this system of where we should be? 22 African leaders were assassinated in the past years, and those people were all trying to develop Africa to their countries to come to a level of European level. So don't you also, people don't also have to, it's true, there's corruption, we all agree there is,
Can I attend to that question, please?
Yeah.
Finish. So, thank you very much. If you're finished with the question, you see, let me tell you something. There is an adage that says, if there is no crack, don't answer.
Please, mute. If you're not speaking, you mute your telephone, please, so that we can understand one another.
If there is no crack in a wall, there is no way a lizard can penetrate. So, our people, there is no unity is the reason why you see all of those people who are assassinated or killed was able to
famous American you are
no unity.
Yes, but don't you also think that the development of Africa to reach this level of European level?
Listen, my brother. Listen, my brother. Listen, my brother. Listen, my brother. Within yourself, within myself, we all know that corruption level in Africa is gone through the roof. So without eliminating or without something change within ourselves, you see what you're saying? There is nobody to blame but ourselves. Nobody. See, a white man will not come to my house and make a way into the house without somebody not letting the door open.
They use
Think
us
about
ourselves.
That.
Yes, I
So
attest to that. I attest to that. But let's look at an example of Libya, for example. I mean, Libya has really been developed when Gaddafi was there. What happened when Gaddafi was attacked by a whole NATO? Libya, when you talk about
my brother,
living standard,
my brother, you are drawing back. You are not listening to me, sir.
No, we are on the same page.
Hold on, sir. Who took Gaddafi out? Is it not his own people? Is it not his own people? Hold on, sir.
NATO came in. If NATO didn't enter Libya, his own people will not rise against him.
Hold on, brother. His own people don't want him. That is why NATO have ground.
That's what NATO said.
That's what he said, bro. That's not.
I'm not arguing with you.
Can you go to any NATO nation? Can you go to any NATO nation and tell them what to do as a black man? You can never. But you invited them. Who? Somebody.
Black sign, thank you.
Somebody showed them the way.
Black sign, thank you. This is the same thing that we are talking about here. The African man like to point accusing fingers. Excuse me, network, let me come. No, see, network, let me come. See, the Europeans or the West, they are able to penetrate us because of our disunity. How many can you go to European countries and tell them to unalive themselves? You cannot go to them and tell them what to do. You cannot manipulate them. We are being manipulated because we want to be manipulated, because we are divided. We are not united. Why should it always be us that the rest of the world manipulates, uses? How come we keep finding fault? We keep blaming the West, blaming other people for our failure. The fault is in us. If you spoke about 22 African leaders that were assassinated. A white man cannot come from Europe or from anywhere and go to Africa without the help of his own people. Betrayals within. So anyhow, excuse me, sir. Anyhow you want to put it, the fault is in us. We are our own problems. We don't love ourselves. How can you be? If this is what I said, we must start from the grassroots.
Yeah.
Because if you love your brother, you can never betray your brother. We are power hungry. We hate ourselves. If you have love, I keep saying this, if we have love for your brother, for your own kind, you will not betray your brother.
Well, yeah, but how can we tackle that then? Because there will never be, even in Europe here and everywhere, there are negative people who are against whatever, So there will always be somebody they can use in Africa. How can we tackle this?
Let me come now. See, social media is helping. A lot of people do not know that social media is helping a lot. Now, you see, each time we go online, we expose a lot of things. People are listening.
Please, my brother, Uncle Roddy. Thank you, good afternoon.
We are listening to you.
So, I want to talk with you since I am fan of you.
Okay.
So, thank you very much as you discuss about Africa.
Okay.
Because Africa is our hometown.
Okay.
So, we love Africa better than anywhere in the world. But when we are talking about the problem of Africa, as I read the book of Chinua Achebe from Nigeria, the great writer of Nigeria, he said the problem of Africa is simply and squarely leadership.
Okay.
Why Africa are always suffering from hunger? Why Africa cannot feed herself? Why Africa are not educated? Why Africa do not have good road? Our education sector, we are beginning to collapse. Our agriculture.
He has a point, but the network failed. He has a good point. He is saying something, but the network. No, what you are talking the ability. Okay.
Africa is a home of natural resources.
Good.
And also Africa is a home of poverty. Not any continent in the world that home blessed with natural resources, like the continent of Africa.
Good.
But also not any continent in the world that is suffering from hunger, suffering from insecurity, suffering from bad life like Africa. Why? Due to lack of leadership.
Good.
Due to lack of unity. We do not like ourselves. We do not like our politics.
You see, I love this. I love this man. I love this man.
Our politics is manipulated by religion.
You see, I love this man. This is a man speaking here. This is a sincere man speaking here. This is it. You see the problem of Africa: disunity, bad leadership, corruption, and you need to call a spade a spade.
Yeah, my brother.
Religion plays. I told you, religion plays a lot of role. Religion plays a lot of role in Africa. Tribalism.
Yeah. And the negative ethnicity. We are suffering from negative ethnicity. So if we went to Africa, if we need Africa to sacrifice, to recognize our potential, so we must decolonize our mind. We must decolonize our mind. We must love each other. So that Africa, we ourselves, we make Africa to be a great. Not anybody that make Africa to be great like, or less us, Africa. So that the Negro people must decolonize their mind. And also we ourselves will be done. Because if we don't do it, it will be done on us. So Africa is a home of natural resources. And also Africa is a backward continent. Due to lack of leadership, due to negative ethnicity.
Thank you, brother. You see, this is how if you want Africa to be better, let me tell you, any corruption, don't tolerate corruption.
Yeah.
Excuse me. You cannot have electoral. Excuse me.
Excuse me, woman. I'm talking with my friend. He said in Africa we have more corruption. He said no, in Africa we do not have corruption. Corruption is an element in theft. What we have in Africa is looting.
Looting.
We are looting, not corruption. Looting. Africa without corruption, we are looting. I can tell you many leaders in Africa which they cannot account for their wealth. I can tell you many leaders in Africa that they cannot account for their wealth.
My brother, I love you. This is a man. This is a sincere man speaking. See, my brother, thank you. This is a man speaking. How can leaders steal money meant for the masses, for the poor masses, and they still go scot-free? No punishment, nothing done. It has been like that for years, over and over again, and nothing done. You witness electoral malpractices in your country. You do nothing about it. You allow it to slide. Europeans don't do it. Whenever there is electoral even see what happened in Sri Lanka. That was Sri Lanka about 4 or 5 years ago. The whole country came out and said they want to dethrone the government for corruption and mismanagement. The whole country came out. 3 months they were protesting. That is, how can you all saw electoral malpractice, you see corruption every day, and you overlook it, and you want Africa to get better, and you don't want to speak up. How do you want to build Africa when you are not truthful? How do you want to build Africa when you are not truthful? See, anybody found corrupt must be punished.
Yeah. If we want Africa to recognize that.
See, the money they are enjoying is why? Look at I don't understand people. I don't understand people. See,
Let me put something on it too. Let me put something on it too. I live in Addis Ababa, and Ethiopia is the fountain of 90% pure water. Pure water. But we are suffering. We are thirsty. We have a long river in Africa, but still we are thirsty. We don't have water. This issue should be raised within the community, within the continent, so that these thief leaders should shame on themselves. So we have to be one, so that the leaders should know they should not have a hiding place. So we have to name their names in social media. Thank you very much.
I appreciate you. Do you understand what I mean? See, we are talking about developed countries. How did this country develop? They were patriotic and they were devoted. They were committed to that task. See, I live here most part of my life, and guess what? You can never commit a crime and go scot-free. You can never break the law. You can never break the law and go scot-free. You must be punished. I told you guys, police came to my house yesterday. You can never break the law and go scot-free. Scot-free. Even ordinary traffic violation. You drove car, ordinary traffic violation. You will be punished. If you offend it, you will be punished. You will not be allowed to go scot-free. In Africa, leaders will be stealing money. In fact, politics is their business. Their aim of going into politics is to go and steal and enrich their families. That's the heart of the black man. And look at the villages they came from. Dusty roads, no infrastructures. And nobody wants to talk. People say we go to build Africa. How do you want to build Africa? In the midst of corrupt individuals. And you are not earnest to come and speak up to say, look at, call a spade a spade. See how Africans are scattered all over the globe. See how we are scattered all over.
Sorry, my brother. I said sorry, my brother. I get caught. That's why. As you said, thank you very much as you give contribution to the African people. I'm listening to the Professor Patrice Lumumba, Professor of Kenya. I'm from Nigeria. I'm not introducing myself. I'm from Nigeria. Maybe, I don't know where you are, but I know you are in Australia, capital of Australia. I think that's...
I'm in Austria. I'm in Austria.
He said that the day that Africa recognize their potential and realize their potential, that is the day that Africa know that the political space and political office is not one for the privatization of public works. He said the day the African politics realize that the occupation of political space and political office is one of servant leadership. That is the day that Africa will begin to rise. He said the day the African politics recognize that the political office is not one. It's not one for the monopoly of wisdom. It's a servant of the electorate. Yet that is the day that Africa would realize. So the problem of Africa is lack of good politics, lack of political hygiene. Why there is a lack of political hygiene? If you get a ticket to the, if you are appointed as a governor or minister, you'll be appointed as you have a license to be a thief. If you want to get to a world without working on it, join African politics.
That's it. You are speaking.
If you want to be a billionaire without working on it, join African politics. Excuse me, I'm in Nigeria. I know everybody that is in African politics. Most of them are billionaires in dollars.
That is it.
And also, we are suffering from lack of electricity. We do not have electricity.
Okay, my brother, please hold it there, please. 1 second, please.
We do not have good. We do not have. We have lack of insecurity. We are suffering from insecurity problem. We do not have good infrastructure.
Okay, my brother, please let me come in here now. See,
The education sector, we are beginning to collapse. We are suffering from hungry right now. Why? How would us? It is not the angel of God that found Europe and America and Australia. It is human being like you. Why Africa? Why the leader of Africa can't think to do what is better and good and right? All Europe, not the angel of God that put it. It's human being like us. Why we cannot think and do what is good and right?
my
We are
brother.
always left. We are always left. There is something that last time I'm watching a video, the video of migrants. They are crossing from Libya to Lampedusa, Italy.
Okay.
So I see when a woman from Nigeria was rescued by the Italian army. She said, when she talked to her, she said, I will not back my country. I will try again and again, whether if I will die in the Mediterranean Sea. What is this? A human being does not like her own country. She said that he left the country, never, ever, whether if she will die in the Mediterranean Sea. Why?
My brother, please let me come. There are people that are ready to unalive themselves. There are people that they are ready to take their life if they want to send them back to their native land. There are people who are ready to unalive themselves if they want to deport them. I've seen people say it. Let me tell you, I've seen videos of Nigerians who jumped from 3rd floor because immigration police came to where they are living. If I tell you guys stories, what I've seen live, maybe one day I will run a program about it. When police come, immigration police come, and people who do not have witnessed somebody take off from 4th floor because police came and he has no document. The guy took off from 4th floor. If you hear stories, because our homes are not good. Where we came from are not good. And these leaders don't care. They don't care. You just spoke about electricity. You said you are living in Nigeria. My brother, I'd like somebody like you follow my page because you are honest. Keep following my page. Now, a whole country has no electricity. You have no water. You have no security. How do you expect investors to come and invest in your country? How do you expect progress to? How do you expect to have progress in your country? Even the smallest thing. I said it before you joined us. Ordinary electricity, you cannot provide for your people. Ordinary light. That is not even the commonest thing. You cannot. And you want us to come and do what for you? Ordinary light. Since we were born till now, these leaders cannot provide light. This is not launching rockets to the space, to the moon. No. Even if you say you want to go back to Africa, you say you want to go, at least have the basic necessities of life, like light, water, and good road, security. Nobody's asking you to pay them social benefits, social welfare. Just provide the basic necessities of life in this modern time. Give them light, water, security. Not you. People are not asking for more. For much, you cannot provide it.
All right, sorry, Uncle Roddy. I have to run now. Thank you so much for bringing me up.
I appreciate you.
Next time.
I appreciate you.
Everybody.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Uncle Roddy. But why Africa? We must be united if we want to realize our potential. Why do I say we must unite it? Africa is killing each other. That's a major problem. Africa is killing each other. Why Africa, people of Africa, does not like each other? Our leader is not honorable. They are horrible. Day before yesterday, I see the convoy of a minister. It's demigod. It's demigod. It's demigod.
Demigod, yeah, this is what I was saying.
I said that is no. That means our leader, they are not good people. They are thieves.
They see themselves as gods. This is how they see themselves.
Yeah, they are horrible. It's not honorable, it's horrible. Not honorable, they are horrible.
Anyone that comes into...
We elect hyena to take care of goat. When the goat have consumed, we wonder why. So we must change our mind. We must change our mind. And also corruption. Corruption is a major problem of Africa. We must eliminate corruption if we want our country to be realized our potential. See, when we are talking about Africa, so Nigeria is the mother of Africa because it's a giant country of Africa. And also why Nigeria cannot feed herself. See how the land of Nigeria, available land of Nigeria for planting, for cultivation. See how many rivers we have in Nigeria. We do not have electricity. Our education, we're beginning to collapse. Our leaders used to take their child to the Europe and America, then they are educated over there.
My brother, please, it's like, my brother, ability, wait. You are following my page. You have been following this page. You are speaking sense. How can leaders, your leaders all their children are schooling, they are attending schools in abroad. You find it comfortable. These are leaders that have no faith in their countries. All their children, all the whole politicians, their children are schooling in abroad. And they want us to stay there. They tell us to build the country. Come and build Africa. And your children are in abroad. Who are you deceiving?
No, the deceivers.
No, yes, your children, when your wife, excuse me, ability. Your children are in abroad schooling. And you are telling us to build Africa. Thunder go fire all of them. Your children in abroad and you expect us to come and build Africa for you. If you need to set an example by your children schooling in your native land, you going to your native hospitals to receive medical, any leader that travels abroad for medical checkup and come to tell us about foreign investments and building Africa.
Just as a matter of deceiving. Our leader, they take their child to abroad, then they leave our own. They leave us here, it's deceiving. If they want to make Africa to be a great continent, so they must leave their child in Africa, educated in Africa, do whatever in Africa.
Yes.
Africa will rise together.
Did you know how much they pay school fees in foreign lands? Do you know how much these leaders, they pay in foreign hospitals? Do you know how much they pay? This money they are paying, this money they pay in hospitals, excuse me. This money they pay in hospitals, the money is enough to develop Africa. And you want me, a common man that is struggling to come and develop Africa for you. And you that is looting money, you don't want to develop Africa. Now me go come develop Africa. My own is to expose evil. If I tell you, even Miss Mendes, if go to villages, you don't see schools. No decent schools. Go to no hospitals. There are villages that do not have hospitals. We are talking about schools and villages. How about electricity, running water, security? You see herdsmen or terrorists attack a village over and over again, and nothing will be done. That village will not be given security. Sometimes I wonder the kind of people black people are. You see, terrorists attack a village, unalive people. First time, second time, third time. It has been going on like that for years. People die. Women, children, men die. Nothing done. You want us to come and build Africa for you. Now, these people that died, the families will not be compensated. No. The culprits, the criminals will not be caught. They will leave, they will take a break. After 6 months or 1 year, they launch attack again in the same village. Displace the natives. And the governor or the government will not do anything about, look at the, I always ask, what is the worth of a black man's life? What's the worth of a black man's life? And this is why the rest of the world disrespect us. It seems as if our life worth nothing. The way we hate each other, the way you see criminals go to villages, unalive people, and nothing done. Life goes on. Sometimes I ask myself, these people that we are murdered, weren't they human beings? They were once human beings. And normally, you know, this is why I respect Europeans. When such a thing happens in Europe, you will see the governor, what I was expecting, though I am older than many of these governors. When something like that takes place, you make sure there is a police station in that village that is prone to attack. You make sure that there is any village you see that is any area, any village you see that is prone to attack, you install security personnel permanently there. That is how they run a country. So as to avoid repeat of that thing. Even if this one person, a baby, that lost his or her life, you make sure you build security, you build police station in that village. Not one, not two, to secure that village. Sometimes I wonder, ask myself, which kind of people are. This is why I get depressed. Somebody is talking about a country where you go, if you get murdered, nobody blinks an eyelid. If you get murdered, nobody cares. You die for yourself. No questions asked. When you are being oppressed, you have no place to go and seek for justice. Compromise the judicial system. If you do, they tell you go to court. If you do, they tell you go to court. A country where you will not get justice. At times, based on your tribe or your religion. What determines what you get is your tribe or your religion. How do you want such a country to progress? How do you want such a country to progress? When you cannot speak the truth because your own person is in power. Your own tribesman is in power. You see things going wrong, you cannot speak. African politics is all about tribe and religion. It is all about tribe and religion. How do you expect to move forward?
Yeah, tribe and religion is killing the African politics. It's destroying the African politics. Religion.
This is what I'm talking. This ability, this is a man. He's a northerner, but this man is intelligent. When I look at Africa,
Very much, Mr. Roddy. I'm happy. I'm just to be present with you to commemorate Africa. Making Africa work object. Making Africa work is always Africa is being present. So making Africa work is always I want Africa to realize our potential. Africa is a backward continent. A continent that have more than 2 billion people. More than 2 billion people, and that continent cannot feed herself. a continent that is best in terms of natural resources, and also is the people is the continent that the people of continent are suffering from wahala. Why? Are suffering from lack of life amenities. Why? Due to lack of good leadership. Lack of good leadership is destroy. You know, when we are talking about Africa is divided into 55 or 4 odd countries.
I know.
That 55 odd countries is useless in terms of meeting my economy.
Thank you so much.
I travel to Niger, I go with my naira. When I'm feeling hungry, I give my naira to buy food. They say they don't like it. It's simply as like toilet paper due to lack of unity. The naira in Niger is like toilet paper.
My brother, excuse me, ability. Did you hear what he said?
To Ghana.
Okay. This my brother said he traveled to Niger with Nigerian naira, and they saw it as a toilet paper. This is what he said. He said he traveled to Niger with Nigerian currency. They saw it as a toilet paper. It has no value. Do you understand me? This Mr. Ability, this man is a straightforward man. Such a man is who we need in Africa. Somebody who is not biased, who says things the way they are. That's the kind of man this is a sincere man. He doesn't sugarcoat things. I love such men. Men that call a spade a spade. There are some people there are religious bigots. Religious bigots. They do everything based on religion. Not such a man. Not such a man. Everything they do in life is based on their religion. What did the Quran say? What did the Bible say? They cannot think outside the Bible, outside the Quran. As a black man, as a human being, something you were handed Quran to. They handed Quran to you. They handed Bible to you. You cannot think outside Quran or Bible. You cannot use your head and think as a sane human being. Man, what is good for we as a people? What is good for us as a people? How come other continents, other races are moving forward? I watched a video of a woman who is living in China. He said China is a world power. He said if you go to China and see infrastructural developments, if you go to China, look at Africa. Go to Africa, dusty roads, untied roads. We live like animals. How do you expect people to respect us? We don't show each other love. All what we know what to show, all what we know is envy and jealousness. How to bring each other down. This is what we know. Look for a way to pull somebody down. Who is that on top? Pull him down. We do not know how to play international politics. It was when I traveled to abroad, I cried for the black race. I said, the black man is nowhere when it comes to international politics. The black man knows nothing about race pride. We don't know anything about race pride. A white man will be the last person to see a fellow white man disrespected, murdered. They are ready to go to war to defend. This is what they call white supremacy. You cannot put my own kind down. But the black man wants to put his own kind. Even if you are suffering, they don't care. That we are not our brother's keeper. We are not our sister's keeper. We are not. You travel abroad, anywhere you travel, if anything happens to you, let it happen to you. Nobody cares. No government, no embassy cares about you. They will ask you, what are you looking for there? The embassy will not be there to protect your interest. They don't care about you. Look at Europe. I came to Europe here as a young man. When I came to Europe, most of these Eastern European countries are poor. Many of them. If I tell you stories, I stayed in Hungary for 1 month. I stayed in Budapest. In early 90s, I stayed in Budapest for 1 month. In Budapest. Budapest, their country currency is called forint. We call it then Hungarian forint. Now, in the early 90s, one US Hungarian forint and Nigerian naira was at the same level, the same exchange rate with US dollar. The Hungarian current forint was about 27 something per $1, 27 Hungarian forint to $1 then. The same thing with Nigerian naira. Fast forward today, 30 something years after, the same Hungarian forint is still stable. Hungarian forint is still at the same exchange rate with dollar since over 30 years. Did you get the point? I don't know if you are listening to me. The exchange rate,
I understand what you mean.
do you understand what I mean? Yes. Yeah. That's Hungarian foreign. The exchange rate in
Please, my brother, let me say something about that point. So, when we are talking about exchange rate about currency money, you know, in Africa we have 38 currency. All 38 currency is useless. They compare it with almighty dollar. So what the African taking as a good money is dollar or euro. So our 38 currency in Africa, all is useless if you compare it with almighty dollar. So because we are not taking about
Guys, before this, my brother got disconnected. Just last year, you know, I told you guys I stayed in Hungary for a month.
they are not loving their country. They love themselves better than their country. Our leader loving themselves better than their countries. That is why Africa, it is not realized in her potential. Due to our leaders, they love themselves better than their countries. As far as a good citizen of the continent. So you must love your country better than yourself if you want to. If you are a good citizen of the country.
Look at, okay, let me come now. Okay, before I go, guys, I checked the exchange rate, the Hungarian forint, the exchange rate to dollar. Since the 90s, it has remained the same. It has remained the same. For 30-something years, the exchange rate did not change to dollar. Hungarian forint to dollar did not change. But $1 now is $1 now is about 1,500 or 1,600 naira. $1 now is 1,000 or 1,500 or 1,600 naira. While Hungarian forint that was $1 was 27 forint. Then I cannot remember exactly. Still remain the same till today. Guys, how do you explain that? How do you explain that? How do you explain that? Now let me touch another area. Donald Trump. I watched Donald Trump carry out his campaign. When he did his campaign, he made campaign promises. See, listen. As Donald Trump assumed power, as he got into office, he started by fulfilling his campaign promises. This is a leader, a patriot. As Donald Trump got into office, he began by fulfilling. He said he was going to fight immigration. He began immediately to fight immigration. This is a committed leader. Somebody who has the interest of his people at heart. That's why I held the man. It has nothing to do whether if he's a racism or no racism, but his campaign promises, a man who honors his word. All the promise he made to the people of America, he started doing it. Look at Africa. There is no African leader that has ever. They will promise you everything. Immediately they enter that they assume office. To hell with you. None has ever fulfilled his campaign or her campaign. They are dishonest people. No African leader has ever fulfilled his campaign promise. He will tell you lies, promise you heaven and earth. Immediately they assume office. To hell with you. They will use that power to fight you. The black man. When I watched Donald Trump, I said, look at a white man. You see a white man who honors his words. All the things he said, you see him, signing the executive order, doing all the whole things he promised, he was carrying it out. This is what is called a leader. You see his cap, make America great again. He's after the interests of Americans. The African man, the African leader will enter. He wants to come and live among white people. He wants his children to come and live. Shameless people. An African leader wants his children to live in white man's land. After his tenure, he wants to go and live in, all of them are living in white man's land. That's the black man. Inferiority complex is what is disturbing, worrying African people. Inferiority complex. They believe that the white man is more intelligent, is more better than them. An African politician whose children is not schooling in abroad believe that the children, that money must be spent in abroad. Shameless people. Immediately they assume power. They will buy houses for their children. Man, I'm boiling here. I'm boiling here. And the thing is, the African people will not hold them accountable. Will not hold them accountable. Say, you did not fulfill your campaign promise. Why haven't you done that? To them, they don't care. Until you start holding these leaders accountable. Say a lie. You must, if you don't fulfill your campaign promise, step down. Step down. Have you seen any African politician impeached? You can never impeach an African politician. When they get to power, when they assume power, when they grab power, there is nothing they do. No human being on the whole world, nobody will remove them from that power, no matter what they do wrong or right. They use the country's fund to buy everybody. They will buy the judiciary, they will buy the police, they will buy everybody to remain in power. At the end, they will not use that power to impact on the lives of the poor masses. They will not, that power, you see them say they are looking for men until the people of Africa rise up and say enough is enough. Just like the way I'm doing, spreading this message, waking people up. See our life here. Don't you see our lives? Are we living lives in abroad? This place we are, is it our village? Is it our hometown? It's not our hometown. Which kind of life? Let me tell you. Many people that are living in abroad are stranded. This is what people do not know. All of us that you see here, we are not living happy lives. We are not living a happy life. I make videos. We are living boring lives. I woke up this morning, I have no place to go. Jejon said they loot our commonwealth while we keep quiet. Listen, I do not know when you started following this page. I've been discussing about this for years, and we keep discussing about it. Let me tell you one thing I discovered about the black man. A lot of people do not know this. There is something I discovered about black people. Black people are cowards. The most fearful race on earth are black people. It took me time to realize this. The only place you see a black man show power is when he sees a fellow black man. The black man cannot talk to a white man or a Chinese man. The black man is afraid of a Chinese, an Arab, a white person. But if he sees a fellow black man, you see him show his power. It took me years to find this out. A black man will see a Chinese or an Arab or any European, anything that even a Filipino, he will put hand at the back, respect the man. But if he see a fellow African, he will not respect the fellow African. Black people are cowards. Why are we being continually conquered? Why are we being conquered, enslaved, colonized, and everything in Africa? If we are brave, if we have brave men, we only fight each other. If we are brave people, nobody will come to conquer us. Some people say cannot speak. You just want to marry a woman and eat chicken leg, and that's it. The black man wants to eat fufu, drink beer, and sleep with his wife. And to him, life is okay. If we are brave men, if we are warriors, Africa will not be like the way it is. The black man is afraid to die. I'm telling you, the black man is afraid of death. See what you think Europeans are no cowards. The Arabs are no cowards. Vietnamese, you saw how Vietnamese faced US. You heard about the Vietnamese War. They faced US squarely, fought to defend their country. Ordinary leaders, African leaders, your own kind. How many are these leaders? How many are they? That is holding Africa captive. How many are they? Year in, year out, the same thing. All what you want to do is, they will say, come back home now. That's what they tell you, come back home. Come and build Africa. This is what I should come back to come and build Africa for you. Billions of people that are living in Africa. Roddy will come and build Africa for you. I should leave Europe and come and build Africa that has no lights. You have no water. You have no security. You have nothing. I should come and build Africa. I'm asking you, what's the job of the politicians? What is the job of the politicians? Me that have no political power should come and build Africa for you. How? You fail to understand. You fail to understand that this my broadcast is a kind of building Africa. Yes, I'm building Africa here from my own angle, from my own side. I'm building Africa here. You don't know? You think it's only when I carry shovel and carry block, that's when I'm building Africa. I'm building Africa from my own side. When I sit on my own and think about the black race, man, I shed tears. I shed tears. You see these white people knows how to support each other. You see the Chinese, they knows how to support each other. You see the Arabs. I live with these people. If you fight one Arab, the whole Arab will come and fight you. The Chinese, the Europeans knows what it means to hold together. If a white man is fighting you, the black people that saw you will keep moving. They will not be there to defend their own brother. I've witnessed it. If they see you fighting Arab, fighting with a Chinese, fighting with they want that white man to finish you up. When I came to this country, see, let me tell you what you don't know about these Europeans. When I came here, if you are inside the train and have misunderstanding with one European, like 3, 4 will gather you. They will descend on you. They don't want to know what is the cause of the problem, whether you are right or wrong. They will support the white man. Whether that person is right or wrong, they will support that person. I experienced it thousands of times. I said, this is how these people are. They hold to each other, whether they are doing right or doing wrong. You understand me? They hold to each other. But even on this content, here online, you will see an African, ordinary content you make. Somebody that does not know you want to pull you down. We start fighting you. We start abusing you. We start fighting you. Jones have been here for long time now. Black people don't support each other. They don't hold to each other. If they see you where they are dealing with you, another race, they keep walking. They turn a blind eye. They don't care. This is the black man's heart. And this is why we still remain conquered. This is why the whole... See, what do you think happened during slave trade? You don't know. Black Africans were catching Africans. They go deep in the forest and catch fellow Africans and sell to the white people. You think the Europeans were going into the forest to go catch other Africans? No. They used African people to catch African people. You think Europeans were going into the thick forest to go catch slaves? It was African people that were going in the forest. They had middlemen. Middlemen that were going to hunt. How many were there to overpower us? Divide and rule. How many were there? How many of them came to Africa? Africa, that millions, the Europeans come in millions. How many of them? They just few of them. They used Africans against Africans to tell you how we are. They used Africans against Africans. Because they saw the black man is ready to betray. The black man is ready to sell his own brother out. Travel to Africa from here. The police, the soldier, everybody that's come in contact with you will like to drain your pockets. Family members, just because you come from abroad, everybody that come in contact with you will like to finish you up. The police, they would like to take, you must give bribe, tire. Anything you want to do, we are talking about, you want to go to any office you go to. If you don't give them bribe, you will not get what you want. Here in Europe, I've never given anybody bribe before. Do you understand me? Since any people that are living in Europe here will attest to that. Me, where I live, we don't give bribe. I said, man, is this how Europeans live? You don't bribe anybody to get what you want. You say you are brother, you say, and these people are religious. You are Muslims, you are Christians. You call on Allah, you call on God, but you are corrupt. You call on Allah, you go to mosque on Fridays, you go to church on Sundays, but you are corrupt. You are in the office. You are inside the office. Something you are supposed to do for your brother or your sister, you want to take bribe. You will take bribe to do that thing. On Friday, you go to, which Allah are you praying to? Which God are you praying to? You are corrupt. This is why I denounced religion. This is why I denounced religion. How can you be going to mosque and you are taking bribe? How can you be going to church and you are taking bribe? Do you understand me? How can you be doing it and you are taking bribe? This is why I spoke about discipline. I must not be a Christian or a Muslim to be upright in my ways. I must not be a Christian or a Muslim to be upright. You do not need to be a religious person to be upright in your ways. You just need to do just do what is right. You just have to do what is right. And you that is in the office, you can influence others to do what is right. If you have colleagues in the office, you tell them, say, listen, we've got to stop this. This is where you start to build your country. This is how you talk. A lot of people are saying, let's build Africa. This is where you start to build Africa. You start by being upright. That's how to build Africa, by being upright. Man, I want to go outside now. I've spoken for some time now. All these people that are saying, come back to Africa, come back to Africa, we need to examine your brain. I asked somebody a question here. What is the duty of the politicians? What's their duty? Why were they elected? What are they doing in their office? They were elected to do jobs, to work for the people, to serve. Their primary duty is to serve the masses. They are there to serve. So, somebody said, listen, he said, your government is your physical God. And I agree with that person. Wherever you live, your government is your God. They are supposed to provide what you need. What are they doing with the tax? The money that accrues from the sale of natural resources. What? You don't ask questions. You are not in power. Years go by and nothing happens in your community. No infrastructural development. Our parents lived and died. They did not benefit anything from these wicked rulers. You want us to be happy. Our parents lived and died, and they benefited. There are people. What are you telling me? Which Africa? Which Africa? We have parents who lived and died. They did not benefit 1 cent. Where do you call home, self? They did not benefit 1 cent from their native land. But they had governments. They had leaders. Leaders that never cared. My mother lived and died. My father lived and died. They did not get 1 cent from any government. You want me to respect such a government? You come here to talk rubbish. Come to Europe. Everybody is benefiting from the government of Europe. Whoever you are, as far as you are legal. There is nobody that is not. Do you want me to go into details? Any child that is born in Europe from the day of the birth gets government financial support. Any child born in Europe here from the day of birth till 18 years gets child support from the government. Ask anybody. This is a government. A government that cares for her own people. You say home. Which home? If a woman gives birth to a baby, you see the government take care of the woman. The woman goes to Karen's Ulab, that is maternity leave for 2-3 years. The government takes care of the woman. What is your government? Upon the whole resources in Africa, the money they are supposed to be distributing to children, widows, widowers, old people. The money these governments in Africa are supposed to be giving the old people, unemployed citizens, physically challenged citizens, the money that they are supposed to be giving them social welfare, as it is done in Europe, they pocket it. I tell you, the black man is wicked. The money they are supposed to distribute evenly, selfish and wicked leaders, they will pocket it, use it and go buy properties in abroad, in Dubai, in UK, in America, and be oppressing you. And they will leave you behind suffering. They will leave you behind suffering. The white man, story plenty. The white man, you will go to a white man's country. Immediately you get the right document, the government will start taking care of you. I met one man some days ago. Man, forget these African leaders, man. When I remember these people, Europeans took care of us more than our African people. When I met one man, the man came here in 1973. I don't need to mention his name. He came here in 1973. He's still here. He is retired. He's still driving taxi. One day I met this man. I said, Oga, you are still here. Why haven't you gone home? You came here in 1973. Why haven't you gone home? I saw the man coming out from Cranking Cassette. That is health insurance company. You know. So I saw him coming out. I said, what did you go to do? He said he went to do betrayals. That is to be getting free medications. I said, Oga, you don't want to go to Africa to enjoy yourself. Guys, let me put this in. I told him, I said, you don't want to go to Africa to enjoy yourself. You see what somebody is asking me. Guys, you see what I'm talking about. You see, what is he saying? You see what the guy is asking. Rodi, when are you planning to go back home? You see the same thing I'm talking. Did you see that question? These are the people I'm talking about. The black man is jealous of his fellow black man. Do you know me before? Do you know me? Why are you concerned about me going home or not? You see, bad heart. So, me staying in abroad, the jealousy, okay? Rodi, when are you planning to? Do you know me? Do you know my village? Do you know where I come from? Did I come to Europe for you? Do we have any business? Why do you want me to go back home? Which home? Do you know where I come from? Bad belly? You don't want to suffer alone. You don't want to suffer. If that place was good now, would you be forcing me to come back? You want me to come and live in darkness? To be fighting for fuel? You see it? If that place, if they are paying money, paying benefits, social welfare, would you be forcing me to come home? If there is goody there, would you be forcing me to come home? You want me to come and suffer? You see the black man, you don't wish other people well. How somebody go see road, enter forest? How can somebody see light and enter darkness? I'm asking you, how can somebody see light and enter darkness? You want me to be a hypocrite? Or you want me to mislead people? People born children here. People give birth to children here. The government takes care of the children. How can you see light and enter darkness? How many of your children does your government take care of? You say, Abi, how many of your children does your government take care of? Make you know they ask me that question again, no. Let me continue with my story. How can somebody see where there is light? I met one man in the 90s. I met one man. Man, so many people are watching on YouTube. More than 140 something people are watching on YouTube. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is how we flow here. More people are watching on YouTube. Now, to become president. Now listen. This man, I met this man, he came here in 1973. I said, Oga, why don't you go home? You are now retired. He said, man, go which home? He said, the way this country is taking care of him, where he came from, he has not benefited 1 cent. He said, Rodi, I said, Oga, he said, where he came from, the land of his birth, he has not benefited 1 cent from the country he was born in, that you are called home. He said he's ready to die here. This is what the man told me. He said he was ready to die here. GNM, almost 150 are watching on YouTube. That's how it goes sometimes. YouTube, I have many viewers on YouTube today. Almost 150 or thereabouts. So the man told me, he said to me, he said, he's not going home. There are things you put on ground to draw your people back home. There are things, infrastructures you build. Nobody will tell African diasporas to return home. People are working as slaves in abroad. People are restless in abroad. Who wouldn't want to go back to his native land? The simplest thing, put it on ground. Light, water, good roads, electricity. We are not asking for more. Simplest things. Simplest things. This is not manufacturing. We are not talking about manufacturing aircrafts or building a ship. Just build road. Provide electricity to your people. Security. This one is not, what is it? Security is not science and technology. Emmanuel said, home is sweet at old age. He said, home is sweet at old age. Do you want us to discuss it later? You want us to discuss that one later? Home is, I'm bored here. One day I was talking to my wife. My wife, he said, it's better to be bored and be alive than go to where you will enjoy life and may be kidnapped or robbed. Let me tell you a story. I saw a man that lived in America most of his life. This man lived in America most of his life. When he got retired, he decided to go and live at home. I don't need to call the city. That was Lagos. As the man got, let me call the name now. That was in Lagos. As the man retired, he decided to go enjoy his old age at home. He built a house, gutted it, and he bought himself a car. He went outside one night. As he was coming back, as he wanted to enter his house, they shot him. Somebody that lived in America all his life, he did not die in America, but he died in his homeland. He was shot. As he came out of his car to open his gates, they shot him. That was how the man his life ended. I read the tragic story. I saw the video, the tragic story of the man. I shivered. I said, what? If the man had known, he would have stayed in America. Where do you call home? It's home where your life will be taken, just like that. We're talking about security. The thing about Europe is, when you commit a crime, you may choose to commit crime, but when you commit a crime in Europe, be sure you will be caught. 100% sure. You see, you hear about all these guys that shoot at people in the US. All these guys that shoot at people in US. What happens? There is 99% chance that all of them will be caught. You commit crime, you commit murder in America, be 100% sure you'll be caught. That's the difference. That's the difference. You got to be sure. It's like here. I live in Australia. Somebody said, so everybody in Africa is dead. Did I tell you everybody in Africa is dead? I didn't tell you that. I said, such a thing may likely happen to you. And if it happens, your family will not be compensated. and the culprits will not be caught. Yes. And the thing is, at this age, nobody wants to go and risk his life. I'm not demarcating any country. I'm not demarcating any country. But nobody wants to go. I want to live in a safe place. I don't suffer so much. I would like to go home if certain things are on ground, like security, light, water, and the rest of them. I'm not telling them to give me anything. Now, let me tell you the story of one guy. This guy now, I met the guy. As at that time, that was back in the 90s, the guy was selling newspaper at train station. He was selling, we call it, I don't need to call the name of the newspaper. He was selling newspaper at train station. So each time I want to board the train, I would stop by and speak with the guy briefly. So one time I asked, one day we came up with this home story, like, guy, don't you want to go home? I said, you are suffering here, you are standing at the Uber and selling paper for hours. Did you know what the guy told me? In the 90s, so the guy tell me, he told me, he said, this light, electricity he's seeing, he's enjoying, is enough for him for life. The guy told me, he said he does not want to live in a dark country. He does not want to live in a country that has no electricity. I said, what are you talking? This is your father's land. He said, which fatherland? He said that you see this electricity in the night, in the morning, every time he come out, there is light. He said this is what he wants in his life. He said he does not care anything. I said, you mean it? Man, 30-something years after, I still saw the guy selling newspaper. The guy is still here in Vienna. He hasn't gone home. He's old now. You know, he's emaciated. He looks old. The guy is now old, you know, 30-something years ago. He's still here. One day I met him at the U-Bahn station, at the train station. I said, Bob, guy, you see they here. He said, are you still here? He said he's not going anywhere. He said he's not going anywhere. He said, why should he go? He said, the guy, he still reminded me. He said he does not want to live in a country that has no electricity. I said, boy, I feel you. I said, boy, I feel you. You see what somebody said in youth? He said he can buy generator. You see the black man's mentality. You see the black man, he said he can buy generator. What is the duty of the government? What's the duty of the government? Why should you provide electricity for yourself? Do you understand me? How can you, do you know how, man, I don't need to mention them now. Okay, let me tell you. I have a friend, we both went to school the same time. I have a friend, we went to school the same time. Now listen, this my friend went to Africa. He went with money. His plan was to stay in Africa permanently. Listen, his plan was to stay in Africa permanently. The guy spent 2 years, left his wife and children, and returned back to abroad. One day, I was talking to him on phone. You know, then we were talking on video call. I said, boy, why did you leave your wife and children and everything? I said, what? He said, he called me, he said, Rodi, he said, there is no amount of money you will go home with that will stay. He said, there is no amount of millions you will go home with that will be okay. He said, do I know what will finish your money? I said, no, tell me, boy. He said, because he spent 2 years there. He said, fuel is number one thing that will finish your money. Fuel, only fuel for generator and your car. He said, because every night, there is no electricity. So in order to sleep, you have your air conditioner or maybe your fan to use your ceiling fan or whatever, whichever fan. You need generator and you need to fuel your generator the whole night, every day. Then imagine the amount of money that somebody spends just to buy fuel for the generator. You see it. Imagine the amount of money somebody is spending for fuel. How much you carry go home? How much did you go home with? You see? Okay, imagine how much fuel he will buy in a month. There are some communities, there are some areas that has no light. Do you understand me? How and this is what keeps Africans poor. You get the point now. What about the generator noise? Even this is another one you said here. The generator noise alone, if you enter Africa, I don't need to mention them before they say I'm spoiling the country. The generator, the noise alone, generator noise. Somebody said buy solar. Buy solar. If you buy solar finish, you begin to drink borehole. If in a country where as you are going, you'll be looking back. You'll be watching your back. Somebody saying solar panel. How about the poor people? Okay, if rich people, you can afford it. It's not everybody that can afford solar energy. This is what we talk about Europe. Everybody is benefiting from the infrastructural development, from the system. Somebody said he bought a solar, they stole it. This is what we are talking about. You said even small river will build dam. Why haven't they built that dam? Why are they unable to build the dam? Why they never built? Why haven't they built it? That's what I'm talking about. The commonest things, the simplest things. Why haven't they built that dam? Do you understand me? Not all can afford that solar power. How about the poor people? What we are talking about is let everyone benefit from the system, whether it be social welfare, infrastructures, whatever you want to. Emmanuel said, light is not good, it's not free in the Western. Did I tell you light is free? But I've been talking here for hours now, and you are enjoying it. There is no power failure. Don't you understand it? Everybody, if you have, that's why people go to work. If you have money, you pay for your electricity. Let it supply us electricity. Let it remain money to pay for it. Supply it first. People will pay for it. Don't you know why are these countries developed? Because they have steady power supply. See hotels and factories in many African countries. They cannot function properly because do you know how much it costs to fuel Lister generator, all these big generators? How much profits are these companies or what is it, hotels making? How much? Do you know how much it costs? Somebody said, you love Africa. Do you love Africa more than me? But we cannot applaud, we cannot celebrate incompetency. We cannot celebrate failure. We cannot celebrate it. I cannot celebrate failure. Somebody said in Africa, if you have money, you will enjoy. In Europe, yeah, you may not have money, but you will enjoy. See, let me tell you what you don't know. Listen, the poor people in Europe here are enjoying what governors in Africa are enjoying. The poorest people in Europe here are enjoying the quality of life governors in Africa are enjoying. Do you understand me? The life we live, the life poor people are living in, the environment you call that your GRA is where normal people are living. That your GRA is where normal, the presidential quarter is where normal people are living in abroad. They know even that their level self is not up to the level we are living here. Do you understand me? In Africa, it is only rich people that can afford quality life. Only the billionaires. But in Europe, poor people can afford quality life. Good water, good road network, good electricity, good the police, security, everything. You can enjoy it in Europe here. You don't need to be a billionaire to enjoy it. You don't need to be a billionaire to enjoy it. Well, somebody said, Emmanuel, I'm not going to argue with you. Do you understand me? You are paying for the utility bills. Now, in Africa, you are going to pay too. But this infrastructure, this light, electricity, other things, trend. Do you have trend in your towns and your villages? Do you have autobus that will convert people to your village? There are some basics you need in life. Good transport network. There are so many things we need in Africa, but we are not getting it. Man, guys, as you watch me, subscribe to my YouTube channel. That is very important to me. That's a way of supporting a brother. Before I go knock here. Today I have so many viewers on TikTok. On YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is a way of empowering your brother. Me, that's me. That's a way of empowering me. Let's hit 4,000 subscribers. ASAP, instantly. That's a way of supporting. Somebody said I should fix my country and don't be a refugee. I'm not a refugee. I'm not a refugee. You understand? You understand it? Kombolo says, what is it? Kombolo, you are living in Dubai. And that's, I believe you. You are driving the latest Toyota Camry as a taxi driver. That's it. That's how it is in abroad. The latest car, you use it as taxi. It is like this. It's like that here in Vienna too. You understand me? And then here I see you. Do you know people use the latest car as taxi driver? That thing they are using as big, they used to do big man in Africa. We use it as taxi here. Now today I broke record. So many people watching me on YouTube for the first time. You see, that's why you don't give up. Just keep pushing, keep making content. People will follow. People will watch and listen. Yes, here we use Tesla too. We use Tesla as taxi here. We use Mercedes Jeep self. Those things, but I don't drive anymore, man. I'm having a headache. Today, many people are watching me. I don't want to stop. Yes, so today many people are watching me on YouTube. I feel like not stopping. Man, guys, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Man, life, we have good quality of life in Vienna, but it's boring, it's boring. Like I'm home alone. And so you are from Somalia, I see you, Somalia in the building. Stanley, so many people are watching me on YouTube. I'm a yoke breaker. You want to send Azza? Me, I'm looking for somebody that will send me Azza now. Stanley, that is it. The thing is not giving up. One day, the thing, it will enter. I'm not giving up anytime. It's my own is, you see, today, how many people are watching me? 40-something are watching on TikTok. And on Facebook, 7 people. But YouTube is about 100 and something. You see it. Somebody says it's quite boring. I'm not, I don't know. Maybe. Shinedu, you subscribed and liked. I appreciate you. Watching from Libya, Yusuf, I appreciate you. I told you guys I'm global, I'm international. So many people are watching on YouTube. I'm not giving up. And it's happening for me on YouTube. It's happening for me. Ikem, I see you. It's happening for me. Somebody's, I don't know you watching from UK. I see you big time. My YouTube is bubbling. It's on fire. Yeah, so my YouTube is on fire today. Okay, Adeni is the only one. Adeni, you are my brother now. You are my own person. You are supporting your brother. That's what we are talking about. Africa said we need to stand united. Jimby is working from Lagos, Nigeria. I see you. From Rwanda. Surulam. You see, my YouTube is on fire from Surulam. Guys, subscribe. I want to go global. Germany is in the building. Ethiopia is in the building. Surulam, I have many Surulam followers too. From Gambia. You see, I told you I'm global. Africans are here. Africans are here. Yeah, big time. Adeni, you are a woman. I see you. Okay, Adeni, a woman. You know, I don't know the difference between a woman or a man. South African in Netherlands. I see you. South Africa is in the building. You see, my YouTube is on fire today. That is, it's not a small thing though. My sister Adeni is just sharing my program on YouTube. Adeni, I appreciate you, love you too, big time. I love who loves me. That's it, oh. Adeni, that's it. You say Europe was clean. Alex, I saw you are from Austria. Austria in the building. Austria. Austin, Texas. Austin, Texas, not Austria. Austin, Texas. I see you. I saw Tribe of Judah. Okay. Fellas, I know you. Fellas from Germany. Fellas, I know you are my Nakba now. Fellas always. Fellas, I see your comments. You are the person that motivates me to come out at times. I see you. I see your comments. Because I see you. Sylvester Bianca, I see you big time. Fellas, I see you. All those your comments, I see. That's why I sometimes I see your comment. I say, let me come out and in Nigeria, but watching from Libya, I see you. Yusuf Mustafa, I see you big time. Yusuf Mustafa from Libya. How is life in Libya? I heard Libya is tough. Oh. And then I got to say the truth. So I'm just getting started. Andrew Osterreich, I said, we get this dear Andrew. My YouTube is on fire. Let me give them some attention. Man, this is that they are winning in this game now. YouTube is winning. YouTube, so many viewers on YouTube today. So, how to solve this so that we can comfortably live in Africa without going to... Bridge, we are going to run a program about it. We are, sometimes when I come out, we run a program. We are, okay, Nwa, I see you. From Kenya, I have a lot of Kenyan fans, so. Sanyo Nyabuto, I have a lot of Kenyan fans following me on TikTok. A lot of Kenyan fans. Yes, Musa Kamara, I see you big time. I'm doing good. These are you see, it's like YouTube is leading in the game. My YouTube fans are now out. All of them came out. Musa, I'm doing good. My YouTube is on fire today. Man, what did I do? Man, one day maybe I'll make it. I'll be a billionaire. Stanley, I don't complain. I saw you are from, Musa, you are from France. I saw you, Libya is hustle. Okay, I see you. I saw, Musa, you see, man, I told you guys I'm international. Everybody is here today on YouTube. Everybody is here. Man, I can't believe it myself. I cannot believe it myself. I've gone global. I cannot believe it. From South Sudan, Malang, Duet. You see, South Sudan is in the building. South Sudan is in the building. Man, I told you guys, I said, don't joke with me, I'm popular. I've been saying it. You see it now. There is no country that is not represented here. Give me my respect. I've been telling you guys, I said, give honor to whom honor is due. Give honor to whom honor is due. Make una give me my honor. Now I feel good. You see, I have a lot of people who appreciates me. So many people appreciate my message. Many people. From Cameroon, Urich from Cameroon, I see you big time. Czech Republic represented. Prague, Czech, you see him. Czech Republic is in the building. My YouTube is on fire. Somebody, a call fan is just liking and sharing my program on YouTube. This is somebody that wishes me well. Oswald from Afghanistan, I see you big time. Afghan is in the building. From Afghanistan, Czech Republic. Man, I'm going to go to Czech Republic one of these days. Czech Republic, Prague. You understand me? So, man, I'm surprised. Oh. Today, I don't know what I did. My YouTube just... You understand me? And then you just leave the person. Anybody with a negative comment, just don't pay them attention. Let them carry... They cannot pull me down. I'm already up. Adeni is a call fan. You see, Adeni is fighting for me big time on YouTube. This is a fan. Oswald, it's already like that. It's already like that. But you know, I got my YouTube is on fire. Okay, you're on TikTok. TikTok is, I don't know what's happening to TikTok today. Not so many people, about 45 or 50 people on TikTok. Normally my TikTok is on fire, but today YouTube is something else. But does not mean that I forgot my fans on Facebook and TikTok, but then YouTube is on fire today. Let me give them small attention, some shout outs. These guys. Well, man, I'm having headache. Next, I want to be running on online shop very soon. I will begin my online shop because a lot of people are asking me for my this. I will begin online shop maybe in due time. Yeah. Yeah, so Moro stuff, loyal on YouTube. I get loyal, man. This my YouTube fans are, man. I'm so happy with this, my YouTube fans. It does not mean I don't love my guys on Facebook and on TikTok, but YouTube is something else today. YouTube is something else today. I need eyeglasses, yes, so, but maybe in due time. Maybe in due time I will get myself eyeglasses. Obi God, good day to you. Man, somebody is just liking and sharing my video. This person, God will bless you. This person that is liking and sharing my this is a good-hearted fellow. Throne, I'm always on YouTube. I go more on YouTube. I will be doing it now. I see that YouTube is going for me this time around. You know, Adeni, God bless you for me. Adeni. Adegeye, God bless you for me. God bless you for me for sharing and liking. I've noticed you. Thank you so much. Somebody else will do for you. This thing you are doing for me now, I appreciate you so much. You see, that's why I tell you I don't do tribe. I told you, I say I don't do tribe. I say I love everybody. I cannot, if you like. See, I love every, whether you are see, if you come to most of my fans self are Muslims. But there are some Muslim people that if you come and comment, you will not make me hate my Muslim brothers or my Christian brothers. Or you are a Christian. I love, there are my, see, did you see ability from northern Nigeria? He's my core follower. He spoke my mind. He spoke it the way it is. It was as if I spoke. This is a follower. We have the same mind. You saw that ability from northern Nigeria. That guy is truly following my page. He's not biased. This is the kind of follower I want to have. We have the same kind of mindset. We have the same kind of thinking, with the same kind of this thing, thoughts. Anyhow, I want to speak it, make I speak them. So, man, you see this life, never you give up. Oh. Just keep pushing. Whether you are making mistake or not, just keep pushing. One day you will have a breakthrough. Don't stop. I tell you, whether people are watching or not watching, keep pushing. One day, people will gather and watch you. Never you give up. So guys, I want to end the broadcast, man. Yeah, so Belik, or Sagie, don't give up. Anything you are doing, don't give up. Yes, all the people viewing, I've told them, subscribe to my YouTube channel, please. Subscribe. That's what you can do for me. Let's hit 4,000 subscribers on YouTube. Please. Don't just do it for your own brother. Do it for me. Do you understand me? That's a way of saying, my bro, I support you. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Biko. Yeah, so Adeni, I see you, I appreciate you. Alexandra, millions of subscribers. I may know. Please, you guys should continue to subscribe. You see, this is why you see people that are subscribing from every angle, from every part of the world. I'm happy. Fredo, we are going to run this. We have trashed that issue here, but we are going to trash it again, Fredo. Maybe later tonight. Fredo, we are going to trash it. Alessandro, that's millions now. Alessandro, millions. I want it. Millions of subscribers. I'm talking. Aduma Saleb, you have subscribed. Yes, so I know now. Celeb, I know. Alexandra, I appreciate you too much. Stay here. Don't also stay here. Stay subscribed, though. Ramadan, the next program, maybe later tonight, I don't know, but I'm going to go live, I don't know. But now, Bill said, I'm honest. I'm a honest person. I speak the truth. That's why I'm here. See, I make videos without minding, you see, I don't mind whose ox is God. I don't mind who gets offended. But I need to speak the truth. I need to say it the way it is. And I want my followers to hear the truth. I want my subscribers to hear the truth. That has always been me. If you like it, but you need to hear it. I cannot say because I want followers, I want subscribers, I stop speaking the truth. Or maybe I want to please some people. I cannot do it. Today my YouTube made me happy. I think this one cool my temper. This one cool my temper. Oh, these viewers on YouTube cool my temper. This one cool my temper. This one. I don't know how many subscribers now, but this is a lot. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Man, I love you guys. Even the people on Yes, Alessandro, I've got to, I put myself first, but then I consider my followers too. I have subscribers. There are so many people on this YouTube, on this TikTok, on this Facebook, I don't joke with. They know themselves. There are people that have been following my page for many years. Bila, so you came to Europe recently. Okay, you are welcome. We run a lot of programs here. And then I appreciate you. We run a lot of program here, okay? So that's it. Man, I'm so tired. I'm having headache from speaking. So I want to end the broadcast. Man, I know there are so many people on YouTube watching, but I need to end the broadcast. Miss Mendes, this is my sister. This, you see, Miss Mendes is in the building. Miss Mendes, good to see you. I know you've been listening to me all along. I saw he came too. I don't know if he's still here. So many of the people I started this page with. Adeniyi, Adegeye, see you later. I appreciate every one of you. Ikem, I see you. I see everybody. You know, so today my YouTube is on fire, so I need to give them attention. I want to collect subscribers. Man, this is my opportunity to beg them to, subscribe to my YouTube channel as a hustler now. You know, that is it. I'm so happy. I did not forget my people. I can never. For what now? I can never forget my people. Never. G Inam is here and a lot of other people. So, man, I want to end the broadcast. I'm having headache. I've been speaking. I want to drink some water. If I tell you I don't know what's happened to my YouTube, so many people are still watching. What do I do, Seth? So my YouTube, before if I go there, only maybe you see 20 people, 30 people. Today. Okay. So guys, let me end it here. So for those of you who haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to end the broadcast because I cannot take because you guys are here and continue to broadcast while I'm having headache. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you so much. Let me give shout out to my people on TikTok and YouTube. Man, I love you guys so much. Nobody should jealous you. Nobody should jealous you guys. I love you guys so much. You mean a lot to me. Without you, man, without your support, who would be watching me? Fellas, I want to end the broadcast now. Fellas, so many people, 100 and something people are still watching on YouTube. It's like I don't know what I did today. I don't know what I did today. Maybe my topic today was fine. Maybe my topic was fine. That's why a lot of people are watching on YouTube. But I appreciate someone like Adeniyi who liked and shared a lot. Fellas, that is always the many people on YouTube. I appreciate everybody, man. Somebody said that I'm proud. You see now, people watch me. People like me for who I am. People, you can't stop. That person that made that comment said this. People still watch me. You see it. That's why I made a video yesterday. I said, nobody is holding you. Nobody can hold you back. There is nobody. Just keep pushing. Nobody can hold you back in life. Nobody. Scar, thank you. Happy Sunday to you too. So guys, let me end the broadcast. Model stuff, I have many fans, so Proud American, I have many fans, so I have many fans. This is what keeps me going. I did not even know I'm going to get to this level. I did not know. And so Trump loves me too. Tell Trump that Uncle Rodi is here. He should not forget me. Tell Trump Uncle Rodi is here. I don't know if it's Trump that is watching me. Tell him Uncle Rodi is here. You should not forget me. I'm a fan. So, well, guys, let me go and rest. We'll continue later tonight. So, man, see you guys later. But don't forget to subscribe if you newly joined us. If you, newly joined this broadcast, subscribe to my YouTube channel. You understand me? Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let me use this opportunity that I have a lot of viewers today. I want to blow too. Man, I want to blow too. You understand me? I want to blow too. Mr. Adeyinka Ajibola said, "Stop deceiving yourself." I don't know I don't know who you are talking to. Well, I don't know who. If you are talking to me, I hope you are not talking to me because I did you nothing wrong. I'm on my own. You came to look for me. I don't know who you are talking to, but if you are talking to me, I did you nothing wrong. I'm just doing my own thing. If you come here as a brother, you need to appreciate me. You got me? So I didn't offend you. I didn't call you out. What did I do you now? I didn't do you anything. But then, Adeyinka, you cannot stop a moving train. You cannot stop a moving train. The party must go on. You can't stop the party. You got it, gist. And no one can stop the party. The party must go on. So, guys, Ramadan Bridge, I'm gonna keep talking more about Africa. That's what, yes, but it depends on my mood, but I'm gonna keep talking more about Africa. Dorcas, I see you. Dorcas Akinsin, I see you, but I want to end the broadcast now. Yes, I'm gonna keep talking more about Africa. You know now. I'm gonna keep talking more about Africa. Nas, I see everybody. Nas, Dorcas Akinsin, I see you. Nice, I see you, and I see you nice, and I see, man, I get fans, so. Dorcas, I see you, I get fans, so nobody should joke with me, because I get people. Africa chasing France. Well, we're going to talk all these things. Well, let me just take a rest. I'll come back. Nazo, thank you. I love you too. I told people, I said, I have people that love me for who I am. Shirt or no shirt, whether I put on shirt or not. Even some people did not know whether I put on shirt or not. They just love me. They follow me. Only people that are jealous of my only people that are jealous of my physique, my physical appearance. Man, if I tell you what's happening on YouTube, 100 and something people are still watching. I don't know where they came out from today. I don't know where they came out from today. Do you understand me? Maybe on Sundays I will be coming out at this time. Sundays I will be coming out at this time. Seems people are at home on Sundays at this time. Well, guys, let me end this broadcast. I'm having headache. Make I no come collapse here. Today is my day on YouTube. Let me use this opportunity and gather subscribers. All days are not equal. All days are not the same. So today is my day on YouTube. Let me use this opportunity and gather subscribers, because all days are not the same. Well, Nas, I see you big time. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Nas, NZ, I see you. I appreciate you big time. Thank you all. So, guys, let me end the broadcast. Let me go and relax. I'll not take because my fans are here. Okay, Ramadan, timing and topics. Okay, I will time this time. You know, sometimes I get more viewers on YouTube in the morning hours. Yes, but the thing is, at times I don't have that strength to come up, and then, you know, sometimes my blood pressure is high. I don't have, but if I go live in the morning, I get many viewers on YouTube, mainly. If I go live in the morning, I get many viewers. I don't know why. Anything between 10 to 12, I get viewers on YouTube. But in the night, not. I don't know why in the night, but maybe in the night, it depends. When I gather many subscribers, maybe I'll be getting viewers at night. Maybe. Yes, so nice. I see you. Well, guys, I want to say thank you, guys. I've done my part. Follow my page. I appreciate you. Let me relax. And then later tonight, we continue. See you.